Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your November 2018 love reading. How are you? Did you miss me? Probably not, because you just saw me like 24 hours ago. Yeah. But anywho, just want you to be well aware that you have just walked into a healing space. Because from you guys' last reading, I realized, it was a little blockages and things you guys had with your chakras and things and whatnot or whatever. So this space, this video, the little warm sensation you feel in your sacral and somewhere around your solar plexus right now, it's a good old Reiki energy getting to it, A little emotional healing Reiki, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my hand right here. Yay! Yeah. So anywho, we're going back to our old way of being, in a good way. We're going back to, BTW. It's just going to keep flowing throughout the reading, so start feeling a little warm. Only if you receive it, though. If you don't, just be like, nope. But anywho, we're going back to our old way of doing things just a tad bit. We're going back to looking at you guys as well as your crosswatcher. And we're bringing back the Dice of Resonance at the end. And then, first and foremost, if you don't know, go get you a notebook or a piece of paper and a pen. Because we're going to work your little intuitive muscles, this month. So I'm going to pick cards from my soul cards. They have no meaning unless the one you give them. And I'm going to hold the cards up. And I want you guys to write down something on something that you won't toss away. Because I want us to revisit it at the end of November. So when I hold up the card, whatever first impression you get, it doesn't matter if it's a number, if it's a color, a sound, or a word that is not a word. The first thing that pops up when you see it, even if it doesn't make sense, write that down. Because it will make sense eventually. So I'm training your intuition, you know what I'm saying? As if you needed training. God, this is Pisces. What am I talking about? So anywho, I'm going to shuffle these just a tad bit. Feel like you started to feel some type of way. In a good way, though. Alright, Spirit. Let's have a card come out for Pisces that will allow you to reveal to them through their intuition that which they need to know for the month of November. I thank you in advance, Spirit. Whoa. Why y'all keep getting... Oh, Lord have mercy. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Oh, Lord. This is a lot of cards. I ain't gonna take all of them. It's a lot of cards. Well, I mean, I could. It's not even gonna hurt anything. And I'm gonna hold them up since we have 5 of them. I'm gonna hold them up, but, you can pause it if you need to. So... You ready? Got your pen and paper? If you don't, pause me. Make sure I look cute when you pause me. Okay. All right. First card. second card. Third card. Fourth card. I actually have that one on my website. And then fifth card. So whatever the first thing that came to your mind, Pisces, that is your message for November. So write that down. Save them to the end of the month. You're more than welcome to share in the comments below, you know. But you don't have to if you don't want to. So we're going to jump into you guys' reading. Spirit, please give us clear and direct guidance for Pisces for the month of November and their love lives, please, Spirit, as well as those cross-watching Pisces, or the people that Pisces are connecting with this month, who they're loving on this month, who they're reconciling with this month, whatever the case may be. The love interest of Pisces for the month of November. Please give us clear and direct guidance that will assist Pisces on their journey. Come on, cards. Anything that they need to know, any clarity or insight they need to receive in reference to their love life for the month of November, please, Spirit. I ask you to only provide clear and direct guidance in the best interest of Pisces, but I know that you're going to do that because you're good for it, Spirit. I'll thank you in advance. One more time. All right. So how you been? Pretty good? You got plans for Halloween, All Hallows Eve and things and whatnot or whatever? I know I do. I can't wait to steal my kids' candy. It's the best part of Halloween. Parenting 101. Oh. Why is that backwards? Part of me feels like I shouldn't do these right now. Not that I'm not going to do them, but I just don't want to fool with that right now. Anywho, so first card that we have for Pisces is the Empress. Ooh. Then we have the High Priestess. Holy freaking spadoodles. And going forward, we have the Eight of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so the first impression that I get here, let me set my water over there. The first impression that I get here is more or less you guys being more in tune with your intuition or listening to it or coming into alignment with it or so on and so forth. And I feel like that's kind of led you guys to this place presently where you're feeling rather abundant. So I don't know if it's that you guys got some intuitive hits and you followed up on them things, on some stuff, or something maybe you've been struggling with for quite a while. And you guys are stepping into a place of abundance based on you following your intuition. Now, another dope thing about this is with the Eight of Wands, I see it being like fast action forward. You know what I'm saying? So, ooh, I don't know, some of y'all got babies going on here. But either way it goes, it looks super, super positive for me. I'm going to go ahead and clarify these with this new little dope deck that I got. I love this deck. This deck is the bomb. So, Spirit, can you clarify the High Priestess, the Empress, and the Eight of Wands for me, please? But that's the general sense that I get. Like, I get a little bit of pregnancy going on here. And I get that in the sense of, like, maybe somebody, like, it's almost like a voice said, like, you're pregnant, and you're like, psh, whatever. And then found out that you were on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But for others of you, I just really see it as you following your inner GPS and manifesting what was like the vision you had and how you were led, or listening to those like little hits, like, and the most simplest way would be like, the Spirit's like, you know, go left and you go left. And that turned out good. And the Spirit's like, go right and you went right. And that turned out good as well. That's how I'm more or less seeing it. I'm seeing it in that sense. Ooh. So the High Priestess is clarified by the thinking woman. So it's more or less exactly how I was saying. It's just like you guys more or less, it's like a balance between your intuition and like planning. You know what I mean? Like your tangible planning. Your Empress, the Garden, and the Gate. Interesting. The Garden and the Gate. And that's in reverse. So with the Garden and the Gate, it's almost like not holding yourself back anymore. You know what I mean? With it being in reverse. Because if you look at it upright, see like the chick, she's just like, you know, being almost trapped in a sense, enjoying the beauty, but being kind of isolated. But I'm seeing this as you guys coming through that gate. So it's almost like any self-imposed limitations by you guys following your intuition and using your thought process to work that out is how you guys more or less freed yourself so that you can stand in this place of being an Empress. Now, with the Eight of Wands, of course, this could be communication that's coming in from someone. Why do I get the sense that this is like, okay, let me just go ahead and jump in this spirit. What is the Eight of Wands about? Because I have a sense, and I just want to make sure that I'm right before I start inferring things and whatnot to all the time. Oh, no. This is all about y'all's strategy. We got a strategy card. So you guys' fast movement forward is based on this strategy. So what are you guys cooking up? I feel like y'all got something up your sleeve. It's almost like me getting this sense, like kind of how I was describing. You're thinking, planning, based on what Spirit is telling you. You're removing those blocks. And you're creating a strategy, and this is going to either be like travel, like you guys going to another country, another city, something of the sort, or it's just like an attack plan that's going to like thrust you forward. Now, this is a love reading, guys. I don't know if you guys strategizing on a love relationship. You know what I'm saying? Or how you're going to get someone or something. With my, Now, if I look at this from the perspective of like Pisces dudes, I see Pisces, this is like Pisces men. And this is interesting. For Pisces men, I would see it as coming to the truth about how you feel about a chick, like a thinking chick. So this is either like, I would say like probably an air sign woman. So a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius woman that you're interested in. And it's more or less like getting real with yourself about how it is that you feel about her, or feeling some sort of like intuitive connection to her, right? And more or less you kind of like stepping in, like removing those self-imposed limitations that you have so that you can feel within yourself. So almost like getting your SHIT together, because like the way that you see her is like she's not about BS, because she's someone kind of like how I described it for Pisces women, like someone who's balanced between their intuition as well as like, you know, her theoretical thought processes or whatever. And she's very abundant. You know what I mean? Like she's successful, you know, a lot of people like her. She's very beautiful. She's intelligent yet soft-spoken, just very well balanced. And I kind of sense a little bit like feeling as if all you can do is kind of look at her from a distance. And I'm saying this with Pisces men because it's kind of helping me to create like a dichotomy between the two. But if any of this resonates, apply it where need be. But I'm more or less seeing it in the sense of like looking at her from afar and desiring her and like wanting her and wanting to be with someone. So she's kind of like your dream girl in a sense, or guy, like however this resonates. And it's more or less doing that work or getting over your shyness, or kind of overcoming whatever it is within you that makes you feel like you could never talk to someone like that or be with someone like that, right? And I feel like you're creating like a strategy or like a plan of attack to communicate with her. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to figure out the best way to approach her, because she's not saying that she's not approachable, because I feel like I get the vibe that she's like a really like, even though she has this majestic, you know, aura about her, as if she's, you know, because I don't know, dude, like the sense I'm getting with this chick is like she almost, if you think about how Psyche from Greek mythology was, like, and Venus kind of hated her because she was like so beautiful and people were just like, oh my gosh, like just so taken by her. But I feel even though she has this aura about her, or him, you know, however this kind of applies, because like I said, I'm separating it because it just makes more sense coming out of my mouth that way. But despite this, you know, majestic aura about her, she's a very down-to-earth person. So it's like if you did talk to her, she'd be like, hey, you know, how are you? Nice to meet you, type of thing. But it's just, I feel like a little bit of insecurity of feeling like you in comparison to her or him, is you kind of feel like, I don't want to say in the sense of like you're not on the same level. It's just that because they're so majestic in your perception, it's like kind of discounting yourself unnecessarily. But I feel like you guys have kind of overcome that, right? So now it's like you guys are creating a strategy on how to get in this person's space, or how to get close to them, or how, like, the best strategy of how to speak to them or start a conversation or something like along those lines, right? And then like for Pisces, and I'll say this, like, it applies male or female, but I'm just separating male and female because, like I said, it makes sense in my head. But going back to like the initial Pisces female, it's like, or male, it's like I'm feeling this in the sense of this is like personal work that you're doing with yourself, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like this is you getting to that place of wanting to exude that type of majesticness, but not that you're trying to acquire something that's outside of you. It's more or less you knowing you possess this within because of your intuition and trying to find a way, or not find a way, but coming into alignment with how to manifest the beauty within outside. You know what I'm saying? But in a way that kind of makes sense for you, because I feel like what you guys are trying to tap into, it's already the vibe that people get like outside of you. So kind of like with the other person, how they see this person like that. I feel like other people see you guys that way, and you're kind of aware that other people see you that way, but you're trying to, for yourself, to, you know, get in alignment with that so that you can channel it properly, or have ownership of that inner power, if that kind of makes sense, right? So going on to you guys, crosswatcher person. Oh, they have the Six of Wands. Their past tense card, they had the Tower. And then going forward, they have the Ten of Wands. So this is interesting. So this person, oh, that's interesting. Okay, first scenario I got with this person. They were in a situation that was not in alignment with them, and it fell apart, right? And I feel like this person is coming. Oh, that's interesting. This person is coming to you. So kind of like that scenario that I described before, you guys, of like how there's this, like I look at it as the Pisces male. That's still relevant, but I feel like it's a similar situation like that for the crosswatcher. Hence the reason why they would be cross-watching this, right? It's like, so whether it's a Pisces male or just a male in general, Like they were in something in their life or some place in their life to where it was holding them back, but that has ended. So now they're like free and clear. And now it's like they're going after what they want. So that kind of sounds like maybe this is a person that was in a bad relationship or a bad marriage, or if it's a person that was at a distance and they kind of lost their job or something, or the company went under or something of the sort. It's like I sense it for them as a release. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, thank God. And like their first thought after this ending is coming back for you. Now, like I said, this can be male or female, either or. But I feel this in the sense of like all that stuff I described, like with the Pisces male, of like them looking at you as this balanced person, majestic, blah, 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 blah. The only thing that was holding them back is whatever it is that kind of fell apart for them. So now they're moving forward, and the first thought and only thought in their mind is like going straight to you, right? And that's male or female. So I see them more or less like clinging to the thing or person rather that they're most passionate about, and kind of letting everything go. So this may very well be, and this can go one or two ways. This can either be someone you guys knew before and you guys were separated for some reason, or they moved away, and this person's coming back now because they've been freed to come to you. And now I kind of get the sense that like anything that was burdensome or cumbersome in you guys' union is like kind of being tossed away, and they're, you know, really embracing this new like this new life, this new opportunity, this new passionate beginning between the two of you, right? Now, also, I'm kind of seeing, I'm seeing the same scenario, but I'm hearing it in different ways. So if this is a person that's coming back, one. Two would be a person like you've never met, and, you know, something, whether it be energetic, and I'm kind of feeling it for them in like an energetic sense. So, and this may be a Cancer or Leo person, because like Spirit's bringing me back to those two readings that I did. So I'm more or less seeing it as these little limitations that were kind of holding them back, that kind of being swept out of the way, and them coming into their just due. So they're being like a person that was a blockade that was preventing them from being victorious, right? And now this energy is passing away, so they're able to walk into, you know, their victory in a sense. And everything in alignment with this past energy, they're leaving behind and embracing like this new potential opportunity, so to speak. So you guys potentially meeting someone like this, like they've just been through hell and high water, but now it's almost like the energy has shifted in their life, and they're like vowing never to deal with stuff or, you know, be back in that situation, and they're kind of ready for fresh new beginnings. And for those of you who are like in couples, I'm seeing this more or less as like your partner, like you and your partner having like craziness, past tense, you know, or things just being, you know, not emotionless, but just stagnant, like kind of getting stuck in your ways, so to speak. And there being some sort of big shakeup in you guys' relationship to where it kind of gave your partner a wake-up call. You know what I'm saying? And kind of like that scenario with the Pisces man, it's kind of like pinging on that energy, but in the sense that this shakeup, maybe it was you leaving, or you threatened to leave, or you actually left, like went to go stay at your mom's house or something like that. And that actually happening freaked them out so much, or shook them up so much, that they were thinking in the sense of like, I can't, you know, fathom my life without this person or something of the sort. But I mean, it was enough for them to see you as you really are. You know what I'm saying? So if this is a person and you guys like, you know, recently broke up, separated, whatever, I do see them contacting you because it's like presently they're recognizing all that you are. And I kind of feel like Spirit had a little bit of something to do with it too, You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole little tower situation happening, when the dust cleared, and I tell you guys that a lot of times, like when the tower falls for a split second, spirit shows you the real. Spirit shows you like who you are, what you're doing, how you've been contributing to this. And now it's like, now that you see the truth, what you about to do? You gonna go rebuild another tower, or you're gonna take, you know, the new path, right? Knowing what you know now. And I feel like with this person, this was enough to shake them up. So it's kind of like a divine intervention kind of thing. It was enough to shake them up to see how they were kind of jacking up on some stuff. But I feel like how they were acting towards you didn't really have much to do with you. It was more about them and their kind of personal issues, like stuff they had kind of going on. And I'm feeling this more or less for kind of like married people or people who are like seriously committed, like, you know, a few years y'all been riding and dying and things. And I feel like now it's clear to them, like, you know, this is my bae. Like, this is bae. What am I doing? I'm tripping. And I feel like with them, they're kind of, they're gonna reach out, but it's like, you guys more or less moving forward, strategically. So them being aware of, you know, what role they've played in a sense, and, you know, how things kind of played out or were kind of jacked up. And I see communication coming in from them and them being more concerned with, and not in the sense that they want to kind of like pretend the past didn't happen. It's just almost like they want a fresh start. Like them realizing how important you are in their life and wanting a fresh start in the relationship. And you guys kind of figuring out how that's gonna work going forward. And for some of them, I kind of get the vibe that it might have been, I don't know if it's like a mama, like somebody who's buku wise, who just legit told them, you effing up. Like, that don't have nothing to, that's all you. You know what I'm saying? I get that sense too. And I really want to say strategically going forward between the two of you, I would say that a plan kind of needs to happen. Like of how it is you guys won't end up where it is that you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that's always go see a marriage counselor. Just throwing that out there. You know what I'm saying? It's the best thing to do. Because that's how, you know, you kind of find out what it is that contributed to the breakdown. And since both of you are on the same accord, both, you know, him seeing how much you're worth to him or vice versa. And you guys working with someone to help you guys ensure that this doesn't happen again. So some good little communication skills and things and what's not or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I see, Pisces. So we're going to go ahead and... oh, that was my phone. We're going to go ahead and throw the dice of resonance. And I added an extra die in here. Oh, new people. So if you're new and you don't know what the dice of resonance is, it was named by one of my subbies, but it was a little art project of mine. And if ever you're watching a reading and you're kind of on the fence of like, is this about me? I don't know. Or what have you. I don't really interpret them or anything. It's just that in my use of them, it's always been that whatever comes out is usually something that kind of hits someone in the sense of like, how can I say it? It hits someone in the sense of like, I don't know, a certain sign or combination of signs will come up to where you're like, oh, holy crap, this person, that's their sun, moon, and rising type thing. But, you know, however it hits. But like I say, if the reading resonates, it just resonates. But this usually helps people who are on the fence. And then I have an extra little die in here for questions. So you can pick a question to ask. And the options are like, they're yes or no options. But usually if a time frame question comes up, right, that's usually like a yes. So if it's like, if in a few weeks or a few months comes up, then that's usually like a yes in a few months. So like when it'll happen. You know? Just a fun little doodad. Blow on it. I guess you could. All right, let's see what's going on here. Scorpio. Interesting, the Tower. Gemini. Bae, lover, or partner. A male. And speaking of in a few months actually came up. In a few months. So Scorpio, Gemini. Oh, didn't I say that was an air sign woman? Scorpio, I'm not supposed to interpret that, my bad. Scorpio, Gemini, Bae, lover, partner, male, in a few months. So however any of those resonate with you, my sweet, kind, precious, wonderful Piscean person. But that has been your November 2018 love reading, Pisces. I hope it was helpful. Let me know in the comments what you thought. I love your face, and I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces.